Hey guys, so we have made it back home from our fall big haul 2023 and very excited that I finally have my hands on my new Hasty Bake right here. This is the Hasty Bake Pro 250. And when we were on the big haul, I had made a mention in one of the last videos there that I had purchased this on the Hasty Bake website whenever they were having their scratch and dent sale, which seems to be a really good time to purchase a Hasty Bake whenever they're having that sale, because you can get some of these things for, you know, like 30% off. And visually, you can't even really see anything wrong with these. If they have one little dent or some scratches or some minor imperfection, I think they save them and they put them on the scratch and dent sale. And they had offered this whenever we had just left on our trip and we were gone, and the sale happened. I get on there and I'm looking, because I had been really looking at all their models, at their Ranger, which is their next size up from this, and also the Pro 250 here, which is the smallest Hasty Bake grill that they build. And I was thinking that this was going to be a perfect grill for us to take with our Kodiak when we go traveling and when we go camping. But I wanted to get my hands on it, and I want to get some time on this thing out here in the backyard on the patio and make sure that it's going to perform the way I want. Of course, you need to learn how to properly operate it, just like any grill that you get, you know, fire management and how it's going to react. So I've got it out of the box, obviously, and all you got to do is just put the handles on it and the feet there. It's got 4 feet that you bolt on. And other than that, it's ready to go. So I wanted to show it to you as it's brand new, just like it comes out of the package. And then later on, I'm going to get this thing fired up. We need to do a burn in, get it nice and hot, make sure anything that's in there is kind of burned off, and then we'll probably just cook something very simple on it this evening.
Something delicious for me.
That's right. I believe we have some chicken that we can grill, so it's going to be just like camping, because that's one of our regular meals, is that we get a little pack of chicken out and we throw it on the grill, and we'll show that to you. But I'm really happy with this Pro 250. Now, honestly, it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing, because it's hard to tell from the website just how physically big it is. I mean, it's one thing to read dimensions, but once you get your hands on it and you see it, it's another thing. I think this is probably going to work really well for our camping trips, and I'm really excited. I know that it fits directly behind my back seat of the truck. I've already put it in there once to see, but I don't know exactly where I'll be storing it once we get moving and this starts going with us. I know they designed the height of it so that you can easily put it in the back of a truck if you have a cover like we do, and it's not going to stick up past that. So this may ride just right in the back of the truck next to the cooler whenever we're traveling. But let's come in here and I'm going to show you guys how this thing is built and what all it comes with. So it does have a latch there, just so you see, you can actually pick this thing up. It's just over 30 pounds fully loaded, so it's not exactly light, but it is light enough that it makes it plenty portable, okay? So got the latch there, you just unlatch, you got a little handle here to pick the lid up, and there you go. It's built just like all of the other Hasty Bakes. We got our Legacy 131 over there. You can see the similarities in it. All right, but this being the Pro 250 model, this one was designed in collaboration with the SEA, you know, the group that does all of the state cooking competitions. And they worked with them on trying to design a cool little compact grill that these guys that like doing the competitions can take with them. It's very small and portable, and it does a really good job. So apparently this is making the rounds out there in the state competition world, and it's supposed to be doing pretty good. All right, so the Pro 250 comes with this steak weight right here. By the way, everything is stainless steel with the exception of the Grill Grate brand grates. So it's supposed to all be 304 stainless steel. It's all laser cut, so this is just the steak weight. All right, this right here is a riser plate that they designed to use after you do your sear. A lot of guys like to do the hot sear over here on the left side, and after you do your sear, they set it over here on top of this riser plate and finish out the cook. All right, so that's just a riser plate right there. And as I mentioned, it comes with the Grill Grate brand of grill grates here. So there's 3 of them that lay in there, and we'll go ahead and take those guys out. There's your grill grates. And then these are the factory grates that Hasty Bake makes that goes in there, so you can grill directly over the top of this. These are laser cut out of 304 stainless steel and then broken up with the edges there. So they've got the ends with the lip broke up on it so that it holds the grill grates in there as well, okay? So there's 2 of those. We'll pull pull those out so you can see how it looks down in there. The fabrication of these Hasty Bakes are high quality. The workmanship that they put into this looks really great. It's TIG welded, so they laser cut everything, and they have their brakes where they bend everything up, and they go in here and they do a really good job of TIG welding everything. I heard on the website, I watched one of their videos, that they actually build these things. These are all hand built, one by one, and you get a lot of good quality in these grills right here. All right, so the front door, this one pops out right there. I gotta say, this is the only thing that I'm not necessarily liking about the design, is the way that that snaps in right there. I actually had to tweak this just a little bit whenever I got mine, because it wasn't actually catching. But it's got this little piece that they bend up and they rivet, or I'm sorry, they spot weld it in there. And what it does, it comes in and catches this bottom lip that's broken down. And they said on the website, it takes a few burn-ins to get this thing tempered properly so that it actually holds right. But that's the one little thing that I'm not too sure about so far, that I may or may not like. That's just a grill grate spatula that comes with it, so you can get in here and lift your food up off the grill grates. All right, and then you have an ash pan right there that just slides into the bottom. So that makes it easy to clean out your ashes after you're through cooking. You have your charcoal basket right here. And what they do with this charcoal basket is they actually TIG weld the rack down inside the frame right here. And they said that that's supposed to make it a little bit easier, that guys that are using this for competition that want to quickly dump these charcoal, it makes it a little bit easier. They can pull it out and dump it. You don't have to worry about that grate actually falling out of there. So the charcoal basket on the other grills, this is a separate piece that you can take out. All right, so charcoal basket. This is your heat deflector right there. So they cut a rectangle in there and break the edge down, make it nice so that you can slide this in there and you can have 2-zone cooking. So you put your charcoal in there and you have this side come over here at the top so that they can see it right here. You can do your sear here, and then this deflector here is blocking the radiant heat off of the charcoal, and you do your final slow cook over here to bring it up to temp. But you can definitely pull that out if you don't want to use that, and not use the heat deflector. You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Fell. It's okay.
So that's I think that's it right there. I did want to mention that. So here's your damper for the front, down on the bottom. And if you come right around here to the back side, you'll see the upper vent, which is on the back. This guy right here. There's your vent hole. You see your holes there. All right. And the way that these Hasty Bakes work, the way they designed it, you can see there's no vent on the lid anywhere. They designed this so that the airflow comes in low underneath the charcoal. It comes up through the cook chamber here in the firebox. It has convection up here in the top of the lid. Circles around, and it goes out the vents at the back right there, just underneath the cooking grate. So I think that's it right there. It looks like good quality stuff. I was going to point out that there are some scratches up in here, so I think this one may have made the scratch and dent sale, because there are some scratches here. There was some discoloration right here on this hole where this laser cut that hole out, and I kind of cleaned it up, and there's actually one dent right there, and you can see it on the back side. There's a little bit dent right there.
That's minimal.
And I think that's the only reason why this particular one made it to the scratch and dent. So if you don't care about those very minor cosmetic, then you can save yourself money with the scratch and dent sale. And that's exactly what we did. So I am excited to get this thing hot and see how it does on grilling, and get some practice, because I want this to go with us whenever we go on our next big hauls. What do you think?
I am gonna sacrifice myself to try some of your barbecue on this.
Okay, I'm glad that you're gonna help me do some testing and tuning and make sure we got us.
It's a terrible job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well that's it. There's all your parts and pieces and how it looks, and I'm gonna get out here and get it fired up, and I'll show you some footage of how this does. And I think we'll start with some simple chicken, just to cook something on it. I did pick up a steak today, so we're gonna do some steaks probably tomorrow. So since I have such a steak cooking machine now, I think I definitely need to practice what the pros are doing and see if I can make a pretty competition steak on this thing.
Oh, darn.
Okay, I'm gonna get this thing fired up for the first time. The first initial batch of charcoal here is just to burn it out. I'm gonna get these guys lit. I'm gonna install all of the cooking grates there so that everything gets up to a really hot temp and just sanitizes everything. And I'll probably come back later on and add some charcoal and go ahead with our cook. I just wanted to point out, I went ahead and lined the ash pan with the foil. That's how I do on the Legacy over there as well. And this charcoal basket right here, the amount of charcoal that you see right there is using this large charcoal chimney. This is the Weber chimneys. This is the ones that I use. And what I did was I filled this up till it was about level. And whenever you dump it into this basket here, it goes just over this last set of holes there. So just over halfway of this large charcoal basket, just to kind of gauge. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to be doing to learn the dynamics of this cooker and how it operates well. I'm also going to use the Hasty Bake fire starter to start this fire. And this is the way that I'll probably be starting it a lot when we're out there traveling and camping. The way that I typically like to start my charcoal is I have my Camp Chef stove here that I start these charcoal on. This is one I keep at home, but I have one in the camper. It's the same thing. And it works really well on starting your charcoal over here without having to use a fire starter or anything like that. So just wanted to point that out. So we'll go ahead and get these guys lit and get our first basket of hot charcoal going in the new Pro 250. All right, so there's your fire starter gel there. That is an alcohol-based starter, and it burns completely away. We'll get in there so that it just stays flat, and we'll go ahead and start it. Push it up in there, and we'll move our torch out of the way. We'll let those get burning in nice and hot. I know this isn't the way that a lot of the pros are using this. What I've been seeing guys do is that they light their charcoal in the chimney over there, and then you just dump them in from the top. So we'll be trying different techniques here on what works, but this is the way I'll probably be starting the charcoal a lot whenever we're doing quick camps and quick cooks out on the trail. All right, so our charcoal is getting nice and hot. As I said, that's one full basket there. This is just to burn it in. We're gonna let it kind of go through this whole heat cycle, and I'll probably come out in a couple hours and refire some more to do our chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the grates on here because I want everything to get really nice and hot and try to get it sanitized before we actually use it. All right, there we go, all of our grates installed. And we're gonna go ahead and just close it up there and just let it cook. I've got the lower damper all the way open, and of course we have the back one all the way open there as well, so they can just burn nice and hot. Looking good so far. Everything's working well. I've been running that basket of charcoal in there for about an hour. I've got a meat thermometer in there, and the way that we've got it set up right there with our vents wide open, full basket of charcoal, once it got up to operating temp, it's been hovering right around 565 to 570 degrees. So it's been there for just about an hour, and I need to go ahead and actually remove it because it's getting a little bit too hot for the cook part of the probe. So let's open her up and see what's going on here. All right, everything looks good. I can smell those potatoes are actually starting to burn because it's so hot. So I am going to go ahead and remove this just because I don't want to damage my meat thermometer. Okay, but so far everything's doing pretty good. You know, that's telling me that the way that I've got that, this is going to be the hottest we're ever going to want to run this thing. We might want to do this for a steak cook, you know, but we'll definitely be using less charcoal than this whenever we're doing just our normal everyday cooks. But everything should be nice, good, and hot, and sanitized and burned out. But I'm just going to close the lid up and just let it just continue to run with this basket of charcoal. It's still too early to start cooking, so I'm just going to come back out here in a little while and throw some chicken on there for the grill for dinner tonight. All right, so we've been burning in this grill for a couple of hours now, and I plan on putting some more charcoal in it, but I think the charcoal that's in there is actually hot enough to cook our chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and oil the grates there. So you can see I've taken the grill grates off. We're not gonna be using those. We're just gonna be using the factory HB 250 grates. I'm gonna go ahead and oil them though. This is some grapeseed oil. That charcoal feels very hot there. I'm hoping that it's just enough heat because we've kind of let them burn down. I was letting this thing go through a full heat cycle, and I think that it's going to be plenty hot enough to cook right there where it's at. So I want to make sure I got a little oil on the grates there. We're getting hot. You feel that heat right there. So by the way, whenever we were doing our burn-in, I had the meat thermometer in there, and we had definitely gotten up to, I forget what it was. It was definitely around 560 degrees with that meat thermometer in there. So this thing will get pretty hot. It's doing good. The temperature inside there is definitely doing better than the Weber. The problem that I discovered with the Weber a while back with that new one that I got, it's got the vent holes in the side. It just seems like when you put the lid on there, it starts snuffing out the charcoal after a little while. It doesn't stay really hot. If you have the lid open, it gets really hot. And then when you put the lid on it to cook, it seems like it cools everything down. So that's one of the things I've been challenged with over the past couple of years with that little Weber. There's our chicken. We got some thighs and some tenders there. We've got seasoned up, and we're just gonna do a simple grilled chicken tonight for our very first cook.
Yay!
On the Pro 250 here.
I love it when you get a new grill.
I do too.
Like I said, it's a hobby that I approve of.
I appreciate that you do, babe.
You know, I was thinking the other day,
What's that?
there are so many chicken recipes,
Yep.
like so many, because we eat it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't like a thing that people are excited about sometimes.
No, this right here is sort of like it's an everyday thing. And it's an everyday meal for us, not every day, but like a weekly. This is a weekly thing. And whenever we're in the camper and we're traveling and we're doing our quick meals for
This
our
is
camp
such a
cook,
perfect thing.
this right here is what we're doing. So this is what we're kind of replicating that we do quite a bit whenever we're traveling and camping. Is a very simple cook. It might be some chicken, might be some burger patties, things like that, you know? So looks like they're doing good. I can see the charcoal is getting really hot down in there. So let's go ahead and close it up. I'm gonna go ahead and open that guy up so we get plenty of airflow. And we're just gonna grill our chicken. Just a very simple meal, but fun to finally get our Hasty Bake 250 and putting it to work.
I can't wait to eat this chicken.
I plan on doing this quite often so that I can really understand how to operate this grill. That's the thing with any grill you buy, no matter who the manufacturer is, you got to really kind of figure out the heat management of it. And this is no different here. So I want to get familiar with the heat management that it's going to require, so that when we're out there on the trail, we're camping, we can have this guy to do some camp cooks.
Ooh.
There's your chicken tendy. Looks like everything's cooking in good.
Are you happy with it? I know I'm right in your way.
You're right in my line of fire here with my right hand. But yeah, it's doing good. That little bit of the old charcoal down in the bottom is working perfectly to cook this chicken out here.
Smells good.
Yep. Just simple barbecue grilled chicken tonight. Good first cooked for the HB 250. I think our chicken tendies are going to be well done at this point right here. Go ahead and temp a couple of them. That is going up to 169, so 170. I know the tendies are ready to go, so let's go ahead and pull them off. They look good.
I'm excited about eating those.
Yep.
I'm right your way again.
You're right here where my
Directly.
right hand needs to be taking these guys off.
Sorry, babe.
Yeah, those are cooked perfectly right there. Perfectly cooked grilled chicken tendies. And then that's my chicken thigh. Those are going to continue to cook. They're not quite there yet. They're still around 155, 160. So we're going to let those continue to cook. But that little bit of charcoal still doing really good down here in the little HB 250. Wrap these guys up just like that, and they'll be ready. You can even do this. Take those. I don't even have a board out here. Set them right there on top of the grill. Keeps them nice and hot.
That's awesome.
All right, I think our thighs are going to be ready. Let's go ahead and take those guys off. Look at how well that thigh is sizzling right there. I'm going to check this guy. And we are at 174, 175 right there. Go ahead and give this one a check. That one's at 180 where it temped out right there. So these guys are ready to pull off. So our chicken DUN done.
Winter chicken dinner?
Yep, winter chicken dinner. Got a piece of foil over here. Oh yeah.
I think I'm still gonna put the Asian seasoning or the Asian, you know what I'm saying, like the sauce I love.
The batch ends?
Yeah. I was like obsessed with that stuff now.
The way that I'm gonna do mine tonight is the same thing. We're gonna do our rice and veggies, but I'm gonna use barbecue sauce and ranch dressing with mine.
Okay,
Mine's gonna be barbecue style tonight. So there is our chicken. No need in showing anything more than that. We're gonna cook some rice and vegetables to go with that, put it in a bowl, and we're gonna enjoy our dinner. It is Saturday night, so we're enjoying our day. You know what? I'm actually really pleased with the new Hasty Bake right here. It did exceptionally well, and I'm just excited about looking down in there right now and seeing that small amount of charcoal that is burning nice and hot. I had a really tough time doing that right there with the little Weber Smoky Joe. It was a great grill, but I knew that this is going to be a little bit better option for what I wanted to use. So I'm excited about continuing using our new Hasty Bake, getting familiar with it, and whenever we go on our future camp trips, we take the Kodiak out west, all those.
This guy's coming.
Yep, this guy is coming with us. So
I can't tell you how happy I am about that.
I'm happy too. In fact, we're so excited about our next big haul. We're going to go to a brewery tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, supposed to be beautiful fall weather, mid 70s. We're going to go to a brewery and we're going to start planning next year's big haul. And we're talking about spring. So maybe next April-ish is when we're going to start figuring out what we're going to do and where we're going to go. We got a good game plan on where we want to go, but we got to start getting some things booked.
I cannot wait.
And the Hasty Bake Pro 250 is going to be heading out west with us whenever we go. So anyway, that's our very first cook on the new Hasty Bake, and I think it did excellent, and I'm excited to continue using it. We're gonna get out here tomorrow and cook a steak, and I think it's gonna be an excellent grill for us.
And maybe a patio chat.
Maybe a patio chat.
We still owe them a patio chat. It's going to have to be like a 3.5 hour long episode.
I got a little chicken grease up there, so I'm going to have to clean that off. Oh, it's a grill. It's going to get nasty and
That's
dirty.
exactly right.
It's not going to get nasty. It's just going to get seasoned well.
Correct.
As
correct.
we cook with it.
Correct. Let's go eat, baby.
Let's go eat. All right. We'll see you guys later.